thank you for your patience in waiting for us to get started this afternoon. I join Evelyn Gee from Duke University in welcoming you here, but my welcome will be brief. I'm going to introduce to you, first of all, Dr. Fred Gregory, the chairman of the History Department, is going to welcome you officially. Dr. Gregory?
Thank you, Deborah. I want to officially welcome you all here. I'd like to direct just a few comments to the students, if I may, so the parents can listen in. But I want to give you a list of names, and I'm willing to bet that every one of these names will be recognizable to someone, and a lot of them will be recognizable to most of you. First of all, Leonardo da Vinci, Isaac Newton, Benjamin Franklin, Antoine Lavoisier, Werner Heisenberg, Albert Einstein. Now, I'm sure you did recognize some of those names, and I want to tell you, students, that you have something in common with them. It's not necessarily that you're a genius. But there is another defining characteristic of this group that is something you've demonstrated you all possess. Each of these men, and I regret to say that as we look back through the history of the sciences and the arts and literature, that the names that come out are mostly men. We're trying to change that in this world, and we're beginning to make some strides there. But each of these people shared one very important feature. They were interested in virtually everything. Now, you demonstrated already that you too are interested in lots of things. We know you're good in English, we know you're good in math, we know you're good in science, we know you're good in social studies, we know you can write, and we know that most of you are engaged in all kinds of extracurricular activities. So we know that right now, you're one of these Renaissance people who's interested in virtually everything, who has this curiosity that makes you very special and allows you to achieve what you've achieved to date. Sometimes what happens over the course of prolonged education is that this capacity that you now possess is lost. And for some reason, creative people generally do not let their creativity be overly narrowly focused. But sometimes it happens that people begin to see themselves as one kind of a thing or another. And what I would like to impress upon you today in these very brief comments is, don't let that happen to you. It hasn't happened yet. If you come to the University of Florida, we're going to do our very best to make sure it doesn't happen to you here. Because as part of the requirements before you can graduate, we're going to insist that you take courses in historical and philosophical studies, in composition, in behavioral studies, in the physical and biological sciences, in mathematics, and in all of those areas, in literature and the arts. And we're going to insist that you become exposed to them and hope that what we do is plant seeds that will continue to grow throughout your life, whatever career you go into. So look around for your own heroes, the people that you are very impressed with, and I'm willing to bet that they will display this dimension of allowing the excitement and mystery of things of the mind and heart to be visible in many areas. They're interested in lots of things. We hope you'll consider the University of Florida when that time comes to choose a place to further your education. And if you do, we'd be very pleased to have you. Thank you all for being here.
The criteria for today's recognition ceremony is that you must have, of course, met one of the criteria that I'm about to mention. You either have an SAT math score equal or greater to 480, SAT score verbal equal or greater to 430, ACT math of at least 18, ACT science reasoning score of at least 24, ACT English score of at least 25, and an ACT reading score of at least 27,000. And now, the presentation of awards. Jeffrey Morrical, Nathan Morrow, Katie Mustard. Adam Myers. Joshua Myers. Are there any